Hey everyone, welcome back to my home. I am so excited to share with you today's project. So if you all missed it, we have recently moved and I have a lot of organizing and setting up of our home to do. And this room is going to be our daughter's bedroom, the two youngest, and it just works out perfect. And no, it's really small. I shared with you in my last video how a lot of these rooms don't have closets, so we have to work with storing things without closets. So as you can see, that little bookshelf type thing in the corner there, I built that a couple of days ago, and we're gonna transform that into a play space and a storage space. So I got these little stackable organizers from Target. They have a couple sizes of them. This is the smaller size, I believe, and they're made out of this nice wood, which I think brings a little bit of a warm tone to this side of the room. Next to that, I am putting my childhood doll beds and something my grandfather made, something that my daughters love playing with, and I think it's extra special that I've been able to pass this along to them. Because I'm not sure how I want to continue to transform this space, particularly as their interests change, I am using command strips on pretty much everything here, so it's easy to remove it. We don't have to patch any nail holes or anything like that. I found those cute little shelves in Target Dollar Spot just this past week, so if you're looking for something like that, you will be able to find it right now. It was in their spring decor. I want to say a big thank you to Tailored Canvases for sponsoring today's video. I am so excited to open this up. This is going to be the perfect addition to this side of the room, and Tailored Canvases offers all kinds of canvases. No matter your decor style and taste, you will find something perfect for your room and space on their website. I wanted to give you guys my first impressions of this, and it is so beautiful. I am so excited. I love the simplicity of this style and the fact that the edge, which you'll be able to see a bit better whenever I put it on the wall here in a moment, looks like it is a wooden frame, but it has the nice light weight of a canvas, so it'll be very simple for me to hang up. I just think this is going to look absolutely adorable up there above their little play zone here. And it's just gonna add some fun style to this space. So like I said, check out their website for many other styles, but you can also use my code Adaline15 at checkout to receive a discount. Check out all of the information in the description box below to shop for your canvas to personalize your space. So one of the tricky parts to doing this wall is this is an old farmhouse, so the floors aren't exactly level. So I did use a level to play around with it, but I ended up just kind of eyeballing everything as I hung it up because it just didn't seem level since the floor isn't level. So let me know in the comments if you live in an old house and have these problems as well. So I wanted to get everything on the wall before I started organizing and putting things away. And I decided to transform this little shelf into a play kitchen for the girls. We had a play kitchen in our previous playroom, but now of course we don't have a playroom in this house. So we're doubling up and just really trying to make everything very compact. I found this basket at Target, as well as this, I think it was a closet organization tray, but it's going to work perfectly for a stovetop. And I just kind of laid those things out. Now, one thing that I did before we got rid of our previous play kitchen is I took some of the hardware off of that kitchen. So I kept the little faucet, and I also kept the little stove burners and the little knobs to make it seem as though you're putting the stove burners on. So I just took this satin bronze from Rust-Oleum spray paint and I sprayed it all down just to kind of give it a more cohesive feel with the other bits and pieces I collected for this project. So I sat the little faucet behind this basket I'm using as their sink, but I'm actually going to have my husband cut me a piece of wood, and we will probably use command strips to attach that to the top of this little shelf just to raise up that faucet a bit. For this day, I just sat it there, and then I used some super glue to glue on the little burners to the bottom of this bamboo tray. and I actually was able to glue the little knobs on, and even after spray painting them, they work to turn them and to make them work well for them to pretend that they're turning their little stove on. So the whole purpose in creating this on the top of this shelf was that we tried to actually put the previous play kitchen in this space, and it's first of all was getting really small for the girls. The girls are getting taller, so having something that's a little bit more their height was kind of my idea with this. And then also just having something that we can double as storage as well is really important with small spaces. Everything needs to have more than one purpose, I think, sometimes, and this is what we're doing for this. So I collected a few other little goodies just to make this seem more like a little kitchen. I got them a little scrub brush, a little fake plant, and that little timer. It's all from Target, so I will try to link those things below for you guys. And then if you remember, this past year I created those little canisters from Dollar Tree canisters and glued the lid shut so they can pretend that those are their food canisters. I'll try to leave that video linked below if you want to know how to make those. And then here I'm just using the little market type organizers. That always makes me think of a farmer's market when I see them. And I didn't mention this before, but this little organizer that's woven on the wall I actually found at a flea market. I think it's absolutely adorable, and it works out well for some of their little dishes and things that they'll be using to cook in their play kitchen. So I have been loving these 13-inch baskets from Bright Room. You're gonna see me using them a lot of places in our house. They're just big and sturdy and just work out really well for a lot of things. So we used to have a lot more books. We decluttered them down to what will fit into one of these cubies, and it really works out well. We do visit the library, and so I like to have some of our own books on hand. However, a lot of the books the girls look at on a regular basis are library books. The bin next to that one, I just kind of put some of their doll clothes and just random odds and end toys. And then here they have a little picnic basket they play with a lot, and they've been in a huge phase of playing with this little farm set. This basket also was thrifted. I'm putting next to the barn, and whenever I see oddly shaped baskets, I love grabbing them because I feel like they end up fitting in the most odd places, and this one works perfect right next to the barn to hold their little farm toys. And then I was just showing you this chicken because we are going to be getting chicks soon and having a little chicken house, which we are all super excited about, and it made me think about it whenever I was putting away their farm animals. And then here we have our Miniland dolls. The girls love these. They play with them every day, and we just need to have a space for them because they're important in their lives for this season of life. And then between their beds, I just put this bin to store all of their stuffed animals. They really like playing with those right now. And I wanted to show you all this neat little puppy you see here, and there's actually a cat. So my aunt, before my grandmother passed away in the last couple of years, she actually put together some of these stuffed animals with my grandmother's dresses for all of the great-grandchildren. And here you see at the bottom there is one of her wristbands from the assisted living place she was staying, and I just think it's so special that each of the girls has one of those and they think that they are special as well. Alright, so now we're going to shift to clothing storage, and this is a topic that I have not made a video about yet, but I do want to sometime soon, and that is really learning how to do more like capsule wardrobing or just simply paring down your wardrobe. I have done a lot of this, and so have the girls, and it's just really helped to simplify our lives. We don't have near as much laundry, and the girls are able to find pieces of clothing that they really enjoy and like. That's kind of the method I've taken to this, is we laid out all of their clothes and they picked out the things that they really liked. And there was a lot of stuff in their closets they weren't wearing and that sort of thing. And so, you know, if they have 10 tops and 10 bottoms, I'm just throwing a number out there. That's not necessarily what they have. Sometimes it's actually less than that. But at least it's all things that they enjoy wearing. They will get worn within a week or so, and we are able to stay on top of laundry and not have mountains and mountains of laundry. So the basic things that they needed for under their beds here is just a tops bin and a bottoms bin. And towards the end of this video, I'll show you how we store a few other things like PJs and socks and underwear and things like that. So here I'm just making these fun little labels for them so they can remember when they're helping to put clothes away which bin is which. And that is one thing they also help with having a smaller amount of clothing, is to definitely help to put away their things. And the other thing I love about using bins is that the clothes don't have to be folded perfectly. We can just kind of throw everything in where it needs to go. Again, simplify, simplify. I think I've been saying that an awful lot lately in a lot of my organizing videos. Let's just make homemaking simple. So here I'm putting some of these hooks I get from Amazon on the back of their door just to hang up their robes. I am totally thrilled with how this entire thing has come together. I think it's so simplistic and works out just perfect for their needs. And just all the little pieces and parts that went into this side, I think, are just so fun. And I think I may have mentioned this, but this here is actually from my childhood. My grandfather made this for me. It comes apart, and there's even some cute little decals on the end. It has had better days for sure, but the girls love it, and they've told me that it's something that they want to keep for a long time. So it's something that had to fit in here, and I was really glad I was able to find these bins that fit in between these things perfectly but give them some more storage space. And obviously the sign up there is fun and adds such character to all of this. And having this kind of storage is excellent. These things here, as interests change, or maybe they aren't as interested in playing with their little farm, which they're really into right now, I can swap it out and put other things in here. I think these size bins and everything that's here really leaves the space open for other things to come along. And obviously this here is something that is pretty temporary if we wanted to take it all down and just use it for something else. I'm just trying to keep my space as flexible as possible. And then on this side, I do have their clothes. Now, one thing I'm probably going to be changing out, and I'm just using it as a temporary right now, is these two bins right here. This one holds pajamas and that one is socks and underwear. So I probably will get something that's a bit bigger for that. I think those are kind of almost to the point where they might be overflowing. But I decided to keep this side of the room really simple. Nothing too crazy, just because there's a lot going on this wall, and it could feel really busy and tight in here if we did too much on the walls. I may eventually decorate more in here, but for now this is just extremely useful and just a place where they can play and feel like they are at rest at night. This little couch here, it fits two of their doll babies perfectly. I actually found that at a thrift store, and so I just stuck that right there, and it helps to hold the door open. This door likes to fall shut, so it's kind of a nice little doorstop. And then back here for their robes, because that's something that they use all of the time. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope this video inspired you. If you have small spaces, particularly with kids, I know it can be challenging to make their toys work in really small spaces, especially places without closets, but it's working for us for now. And I don't know, we may switch to bunk beds at some point, I'm not sure. But if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below. I love to read your comments. I'm so glad that you could join me today, and I'll see you guys in my next video.